Let's try this again, right, guys? I'm shooting the video again, for goodness sake. Right. Today, the topic of interest is 2 things to let go of in 2018. So right now, I'm in the gym. I'm in my sports hall at your gym to get Wi-Fi. I wanted to record at McDonald's today, but you know, there was a group of people who were being so loud. So I was like, I can't do a live stream. And I was hoping that they'll leave, but I was waiting a long time and they didn't leave. So anyway, further ado, the topic of interest is 2 things to let go of in 2018. And the first thing to let go of, in order for you to change your life in general, and to see a massive difference, is this: is you first of all need to let go of blaming and accusing people for where you are in life. So you need to stop blaming people and making excuses for where you are in life. Now, for the most part, a lot of us have a victim mentality. So when I'm talking about victim mentality, what I'm talking about is us never taking responsibility for where we are in life. So it's always somebody else's fault that or why we're not where we want to be in life. So for example, you hear people say things like this. You say this like, you know what, the reason I'm unhappy is because he's making me unhappy. He's the reason I'm unhappy, right? Or, you know what, the reason I can't pursue my goals, or the reason why I can't be where I want to be in life is because I haven't got enough time, because I'm always working, right? And she is the reason that I am miserable. It's him, always pointing fingers, right? But the thing about this is, right, when you have a victim mentality, you disempower yourself from ever being able to change your life. And the reason being is this: because when you adopt that mentality and when you're living that way, what you're really communicating to yourself is this: you're saying that you're waiting for your circumstances to change, or you're waiting for somebody else to change before your life can change. And the problem with that is this: you can't control those things. You can't control what people do, and you can't always control your circumstances. So you're leaving these things to chance, and you're waiting for those things to change before you are able, or before your life can change. And the thing about this is, if you're waiting for things to change, you're going to be waiting a very, very long time, right? There's a chance that it won't change. So you often hear people say stuff like this. You hear like, you know what, I will not be happy until I get that apology from somebody. But this is the thing, like, what if they don't give you the apology? You're going to be unhappy for a very long time, you know what I mean? You're not going to be happy for a very long time. You know what I mean? You're going to be very miserable. So it's first of all taking responsibility for where you're in life. So taking responsibility and saying, okay, you know what? I'm not going to blame people no more. I'm not going to blame people for where I'm in life. I'm going to take responsibility and take action. Because the minute that you stop blaming people, right, you empower yourself to make a change, right? So that's the first step, to stop blaming people for where you are in life. So things are going to happen to you. I understand that crazy things happen to people, but you can't control that. But you can only control how you respond, right? So that's where self-responsibility comes in. That's where living with intention comes in, okay? And the second thing to let go of is your past accepted standards for your life. Now, in order for your life to change long term, you have to change your standards. And when I say standards, I'm going to use another word, because when you say standards, it sounds proper vague. So another word for standards is your musts and your musts and your shoulds. So in life, we always get what we must have. So like long term, in terms of long term change, we get what we must have, right? So like a lot of us set goals and we try to pursue them, and we don't always get our goals right. A goal comes under the category of a should. So you can say like, you know, I should be healthy, or I should save my money, I should do this, I should do that, and they come in the form of goals. So you set a goal to try achieve that which comes under the category of a should. But a must, you always get your musts consistently. So for example, for me, for example, I have friends, like I'm in the gym right now, and I've got friends who I've just seen who haven't been in the gym for a long time, and a lot of them have a standard for themselves. So the standard for themselves is, you know, I must have an athletic body. They define themselves as bodybuilders. They define themselves as people who have a good physique. So over Christmas, some of those guys went in the gym. They disappeared. They got themselves a bit of a belly. You know, they're not in the tip-top shape that they would consider themselves to be at, or that they consider themselves to be at, or what they. Oh no, the lights have gone out. What? 1 second, guys. Turn the lights back on. Problem at the gym. There we go. All right, we're back. Right, let's try this again. Okay, so you get your musts. So in life, you get your musts. So for them, right, the standard they have for their bodies is like, I must have an amazing physique. I must have all these muscles. I must be pumped. So the minute that their body starts diminishing, the minute that their body isn't at the standard that they think it should be at, they get pulled back to come back to the gym to train again, because for them, that's a must. For them, you know, that's important. That's the standard of life that they have to have, and they consistently live up to that, because man's most important need is to live in line with how we define ourselves, right? That's our most important need. So for them, they define themselves as somebody who is athletic, somebody who's strong, so they'll do whatever it takes to maintain that. So when they stay away from the gym and they, they start losing shape or they start getting tubby, they gonna come back, right? Because they define themselves in that way, right? Because that's the must for them, that's the standard for them. So, for example, in my life, right, a must for me, or something that I consider to be a high standard in my life, is to continue to put out these videos, to continue to put out YouTube videos, because this is my dream. This is what I want to do. I want to be a peak performance coach. So at the moment in time, right, I haven't got Wi-Fi at home, right, because I've changed my network provider and all sorts, and it's not going to get sorted out till like early mid-January, right? So I've had to really like summon levels of creativity to be able to do these videos. So like I'm here in the gym, right? I'm in the gym using the free Wi-Fi just so I can upload videos, right? Because this is a must for me. This is the standard for me. This is like, I must do this. This is important. This is the standard for my life, right? I maintain that. And you probably see this in your life. There are probably parts of your life where you just don't compromise because it's so important for you to live out that aspect. So for example, let me give you a good example of a standard that someone has. Okay, for example, like for some people, one important thing for them is it's a must for them to go on holiday once a year. Oh, look at these comments. Okay, shout out Toby. Shout out Toby. What's happening? Okay, but for some people, right, it's a standard for them to go on holiday once a year, right? That's the standard. It's like, I must go on holiday once a year. This is important to me, right? Now you'll find with those people is this, like, no matter what happens, like, even if they were like to struggle financially, even if like somebody fell ill or they lost their job or whatever, they would find a way to go on holiday that year. They'll find a way to go on holiday once a year because it's a must for them. It's a standard for them. And I've had friends, right? This is crazy. I've had friends who, for them, their standard for life was to always have the finest clothes, to always be wearing the nicest trainers and stuff like that. And some of my friends who were doing this at one point were broke, were unemployed, but they still found a way to wear the freshest stuff. So that they'll be coming over to like my house, because at the time I was working, they come to my house and they'll borrow my clothes to wear some of the freshest things, or they'll use illegal means to get the thing that they wanted, right? Because for them it was a must. You get in life what you must have, right? It's not what you should have, what you must have. It's a standard for you. And the standard that you have for your life is often attached to how you define yourself, right? It's in line with the identity that you have for yourself. So you get what you must have. So if you want to change your life, you must raise your standards. And when I say raise your standards, you must raise what you deem acceptable for yourself, right? So that's that, guys. Those are two things to let go of. Now let me read the comments. Go on, Chizzy. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate you, brother. Right, guys, I am done. That's the video of the day. I hope that made sense. I've been rambling. I'm ready to go home. So, bye-bye. Toodles.